One forbidden night with Seoul's most dangerous man. One reckless choice that changed everything. Amanda never expected to see Kang Do Hyun again after their passionate encounter 5 years ago, until he walked into her office as her new boss. Before we dive into the story, dear viewers, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment for more exciting stories like this. Amanda watched in horror as the liquid spread across expensive fabric, ruining the shirt of this stranger. She'd tripped. One moment navigating Crimson Tower's ballroom with a tray of crystal flutes. The next, her heel caught and she was falling forward, champagne flying, directly into the one man she'd been warned to avoid. The room fell silent. Amanda's heart slammed against her ribs as she looked up into the face of Kang Do Hyun. He stood perfectly still, champagne dripping, expression unreadable. This was the man who controlled half of Seoul's underworld, the man whose name people whispered like a curse. "I'm so sorry." Amanda gasped in Korean. "I'm so sorry, I didn't—" "Stop." His voice was quiet but sharp. "Look at me." She raised her eyes slowly, tall, sharp-featured, with black eyes that seemed to see straight through her. "You're not Korean," he said. The observation stung. After 17 years here, speaking perfect Korean, learning every rule, still immediately obvious to others. "I am Korean," she said. "I was adopted when I was 6. Something flickered in his expression. Around them, the room held its breath. "But they don't see you that way, do they?" His head tilted slightly. "You're invisible until you're not, until you make a mistake. And then suddenly, you're the only thing they can see." The words hit hard. How had he seen it in 30 seconds? "You stay with me tonight. You serve only me. Understood?" Amanda nodded. She grabbed napkins and began dabbing at his shirt, hyper-aware of his body beneath the wet fabric. "What's your name?" "Amanda." "I'm Kang Do Hyun." He caught her wrist gently. "The shirt is ruined. Leave it." His fingers were warm against her pulse. When he released her, she stepped back, grabbing her tray. "Follow me." Amanda followed, because she had no choice. Conversations resumed in hushed tones, but she felt the weight of watching eyes. Being noticed by Kang Do Hyun was dangerous. 2 hours ago, she'd been staring at an eviction notice, counting coins. The job offer had seemed like a lifeline. Serve drinks, earn rent money. She should have known money like that had strings attached. Do Hyun led her to a leather sofa near floor-to-ceiling windows. Seoul spread out below. "Sit," he commanded. "I'm working," Amanda said automatically. His eyebrow lifted. "Are you refusing me?" Terror flooded through her. "No, I just meant—" "Then sit." Amanda perched on the edge, spine rigid. A server appeared with fresh champagne. Do Hyun took 2 glasses and handed one to Amanda. "I'm not supposed to drink." "While working." "You're not working anymore. You're keeping me company." He took a sip. "Drink." She did. Her hands were still shaking. The champagne was better than anything she'd ever tasted. "How old are you?" 23. "And how does a 23-year-old end up serving champagne to criminals?" Amanda could lie, should lie, but his attention made deception feel impossible. "I needed the money. I'm 3 months behind on rent." "Honest?" He sounded surprised. "Most people lie to me constantly." "What do you want to hear?" "The truth." "I'm surrounded by liars, Amanda. Politicians who smile while planning my death, business partners who would sell me out. Even my own men lie about everything." "Then why stay in it?" The question hung between them, dangerous. Do Hyun studied her with those black eyes. When he spoke, his voice carried weariness. "Because someone has to rule it. Better me than the alternative." Across the room, 2 men began arguing loudly. Do Hyun didn't move. But Amanda felt the shift in his energy, tension coiling tighter. "Should I?" she started. "Stay." One of his men approached, whispered something in rapid Korean. Do Hyun's jaw tightened fractionally. "Handle it quietly," he said. "I don't want interruptions tonight." The man bowed and disappeared. The arguing stopped abruptly. "Does that happen often?" Amanda asked. "Every day. Territorial disputes, betrayals, power plays." He took another sip. "Tell me about your parents, your adoptive ones." The shift caught her off guard. "They died. Car accident when I was 20. It's just me now." "No family?" "No one." "Then we have something in common." His voice was flat. "I've been alone since I was 15, built everything from nothing. Is that why you noticed me?" "I noticed you because you're real." He turned to face her fully. "Everyone here is performing. But when you fell, when you looked at me, you were genuinely terrified. No performance, just the truth." "I was terrified. I still am." "Good. Fear keeps you alive." He set down his glass. "But you're still here. Why?" "You told me to." "That's not why." His eyes locked onto hers. "You're curious." He was right. Despite the fear, part of her wanted to stay, wanted to understand this man who saw through people like glass. "What are you thinking?" Do Hyun asked. "That this is a mistake." "Probably." His lips curved slightly. "But you're not leaving." "Would you let me?" "Yes. I don't keep people against their will. The door is there." Amanda glanced at the exit. She could leave, should leave, but she didn't move. "Why do you care what I think?" she asked. "Because you're the first honest person I've met in years." He leaned closer. "So I'll be honest. I want you to stay tonight. Not as a server, as someone I can talk to without wondering what they're scheming. You don't even know me." "I know enough. You're struggling to survive. You're alone. You don't belong. Anywhere." His voice dropped lower. "I know, because I was you once." The vulnerability in those words cracked something in her chest. "What changed?" Amanda whispered. "I stopped being invisible, started making people afraid instead." His expression hardened. "Fear is honest, Amanda. It's everything else that's a lie." A woman in a red dress approached, leaned down to whisper something. Do Hyun listened, face passive, then waved her away. "Business," he said simply. "It never stops." "What kind of business?" "The kind you don't want to know about." He stood abruptly. "Come with me. This room is too crowded." Amanda's pulse kicked up. "Where?" "Somewhere private, where we can talk without an audience." He extended his hand. "Unless you'd rather stay here." She looked at his hand. This was the choice point. Take it, and cross a line she couldn't uncross. Amanda took his hand. His fingers closed around hers, warm and strong. He pulled her up effortlessly, and suddenly they were standing close enough that she could feel his breath. "Good choice," Do Hyun murmured. He led her through the crowd, his hand still holding hers, claiming her in front of everyone watching. They walked past suited men who stepped aside quickly, past servers who kept their eyes down. Do Hyun pulled her into a private elevator. The doors closed, sealing them in together. "You're shaking," he observed. "I'm scared. Of me? Of what happens next?" The elevator climbed smoothly. Do Hyun turned to face her fully. "I told you. You can leave any time. Say the word, and I'll have you driven home. No consequences." "Why would you do that?" "Because I want you to choose to stay, not because you're afraid." The elevator doors opened to reveal a hallway lined with dark wood and soft lighting. Do Hyun stepped out, still holding her hand. Amanda followed him into the unknown. The suite was dark. Do Hyun poured whiskey. "Close the door." Amanda pushed it shut. The click echoed. "Come here." She crossed to him. He handed her a glass. Why did you stay tonight? He asked. You told me to. That's not why. He stepped closer. You want someone to actually see you. The words hit hard. And you. I'm tired of liars. His hand cupped her face. You're real. That's rare. I'm terrified. Good. His thumb traced her cheekbone. Tell me to stop. She leaned into his touch. No. He kissed her, hard, possessive. Amanda gasped and he backed her toward the bedroom. Last chance, he murmured. She pulled him closer. No. They came together, desperate and reckless. Two lonely people finding something they needed, his hands on her skin, her breath against his neck, the world narrowing to just this moment. Afterward, they lay tangled in sheets. Do Hyun traced patterns on her shoulder. Sleep, he murmured. I'll be here. Amanda closed her eyes, feeling safe for the first time in years. When she woke, morning light filtered through the curtains. Bed beside her was empty. Cold. Do Hyun? Silence. Amanda sat up, heart sinking. She was alone. Her dress lay folded on a chair. Next to it, an envelope and something black. She wrapped the sheet around herself and crossed to them. The black card was metal, heavy in her palm, a silver tiger etched into its surface. She turned it over. A phone number on the back. Nothing else. The envelope was thick with cash. Amanda's hands shook as she counted. Enough for 6 months' rent, maybe more. Inside was a note in sharp handwriting. Keep the card. You'll need it. Use it only once. Choose carefully. That was it. No explanation, no goodbye, just money and a warning. Amanda stared at the card. Last night, he'd held her like she mattered. This morning, nothing. She dressed quickly, shoving everything into her bag. Her hands trembled. A knock at the door made her jump. Miss Amanda, I'm here to escort you out. She opened it. A suited man stood there, expression blank. This way, please. He led her through service corridors, avoiding main areas. At a side exit, he stopped. Mr. Kang asked me to tell you something. Amanda's heart lurched. What? When trouble finds you, and it will, use the card. What trouble? What does that mean? But he was already walking away. Amanda stood in the alley. Seoul was waking up around her. She pulled out her phone. 7 missed calls from Minji. 3 texts. Reality crashed back. She had work. Amanda hailed a cab. As the city blurred past, she touched the card in her bag. Heavy. Warm. When trouble finds you. What did that mean? The man dropped her off at her building. Amanda climbed the stairs, exhaustion hitting in waves. She unlocked her door. The eviction notice was still there, but now she had money to pay for it. She counted the cash again. 6 months' rent. Enough to breathe. Amanda sat on her bed, card in one hand, cash in the other. She should feel relieved. Instead, she felt hollow. Her phone buzzed. Minji. Where are you? Mr. Cho is worried, Amanda typed. On my way. Sorry. She shoved the card into her nightstand drawer, buried it under bills. Out of sight. After a shower, Amanda changed and headed to the bar. Everything would go back to normal. Last night was done. She reached the bar and pushed through the door. Minji looked up, relief flooding her face. There you are. I was about to send someone. Sorry, I wasn't feeling well. You look terrible. Minji studied her. You sure you're okay? I'm fine. I just need coffee. Mr. Cho emerged from the back. Amanda, you had us worried. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. He nodded, but his eyes lingered, like he could see something had changed. The day dragged on. Amanda served drinks on autopilot, forcing smiles, but her mind kept returning to Do Hyun, to the card burning a hole in her drawer. What kind of trouble would make her use the card? By evening, Amanda's nerves were frayed. Every time the door opened, her heart jumped. Every stranger made her tense. You're jumpy tonight, Minji observed. What's wrong? Nothing. Just tired. You've been just tired a lot lately. Minji's eyes narrowed. This isn't about a guy, is it? No. The lie came easily. I'm fine. But she wasn't fine. That feeling of being watched intensified. Amanda found herself checking exits, planning escape routes. She was being paranoid. One night didn't make her a target. Except Do Hyun had warned her, the suited man had warned her. At 11, the next day, the bar was half empty. Just regulars, a few couples, quiet, normal. Then the door opened. 3 men walked in, expensive suits, cold eyes. They moved like predators. Amanda's blood turned to ice. One of them locked eyes with her across the room. His lips curved into a smile that made her skin crawl. They knew. Amanda backed towards the bar. But Minji had disappeared into the back room. The 3 men crossed the floor. Customers melted out of their path. The leader stopped in front of Amanda. You're the one, he said in Korean, soft, gentle, the one who spent the night with Kang Do Hyun. Amanda's heart slammed against her ribs. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't lie. His smile vanished. We have eyes everywhere. We saw you leave Crimson Tower yesterday morning. I'm nobody. I just work here. You're somebody to Kang Do Hyun. That makes you valuable. He grabbed her wrist. His grip was bruising. He took something from us, so we take something from him. I'm nothing to him. It was one night. He paid me and left. Doesn't matter. Your leverage. Mr. Cho appeared from the back, face pale but determined. Leave her alone. She doesn't know anything about your business. She knows enough. The leader didn't look at him. She's coming with us. No. Mr. Cho stepped between them. I won't let you. You won't let me. The leader laughed. Old man, you're in no position. Mr. Cho lunged forward, shoving Amanda toward the back exit. Run! Everything exploded. One of the men pulled a gun. The shot was deafening. Mr. Cho stumbled, fell. Blood bloomed across his shirt. No! Amanda's scream tore from her throat. He hit the floor. His eyes found hers. No regret. Just a desperate plea. Run! The leader grabbed for Amanda, but Minji burst out screaming. Other patrons started shouting. In the confusion, Amanda wrenched free. She bolted for the back exit into the alley. Behind her, pounding footsteps, shouting. She ran through Itaewon's maze of back streets, lungs burning. Mr. Cho's blood on the floor, his kind face, his last look, dead. Because of her, because of one reckless night. Amanda couldn't go home. They would know where she lived. Couldn't call the police. The card, she could use it. Call Do Hyun. He'd protect her. But using it meant binding herself to him forever. Amanda kept running, made it to a main street, hailed a cab with shaking hands. Seoul Station! Please, hurry! At the station, Amanda bought a ticket with the cash Do Hyun had given her. The next train to Incheon left in 15 minutes. She'd hide there, disappear, start over. The card could stay buried in her apartment. As the train pulled away, Amanda watched Seoul's lights disappear. Mr. Cho's face flashed in her mind, his kindness, his sacrifice. She wrapped her arms around herself, tears finally coming. 5 years later. Amanda wiped jam off her daughter's face while her son knocked over his juice cup. Minho, careful, she said, grabbing a towel. Sorry, Mama. The twins were 4 now. Minho had sharp features and intense eyes. Minji had Amanda's smile but a stubborn chin. Mama, can we go to the park? Minji asked. After work, baby. I promise. Amanda had been back in Seoul for 3 months. She'd found a job at a logistics company, gotten a small apartment, enrolled the twins in daycare. Normal life. Incheon had been survival. Working 3 jobs while pregnant, giving birth alone, raising 2 babies in a room barely bigger than a closet. But she'd done it, kept them safe, kept them hidden, until money ran out and exhaustion won. Seoul was bigger, easier to disappear in. 5 years was long enough. He'd forgotten. She could come home. Amanda dropped the twins at daycare and headed to work. The building was glass and steel. She was just an administrative assistant. Nobody important. Invisible. Safe. She settled at her desk. Her manager, Mrs. Park, stopped by. Amanda, company meeting at 10. Conference room A. What's it about? New ownership. The director wants to introduce himself. Mrs. Park lowered her voice. Very wealthy. Very private. Amanda nodded. New bosses didn't matter. She kept her head down. The morning passed in emails and spreadsheets. At 10, Amanda followed co-workers to the conference room. 50 employees packed in, murmuring, I heard he's only 35. I heard he's ruthless. I heard he has connections to... The door opened. The room fell silent. Amanda looked up. Her heart stopped. Kang Do Hyun walked in, flanked by suited men. Tailored suit. Older, harder. But his eyes, those black eyes, were exactly the same. He scanned the room. His gaze swept past her, paused, returned. Their eyes locked. Amanda couldn't breathe. His expression didn't change. Not a flicker. He looked at her for 3 endless seconds, then moved on. Good morning, he said. I'm Kang Do Hyun, your new director. I've acquired this company as part of expanding my business portfolio. I expect excellence, loyalty, and discretion. He continued talking. Amanda heard nothing. Her pulse roared. This wasn't a coincidence. Seoul had thousands of companies. He'd found her. That's all, Do Hyun finished. Back to work. Employees filed out. Amanda tried to slip away, but a hand caught her elbow. One of Do Hyun's men. Miss Amanda, Mr. Kang would like to see you in his office. I have work. Now. She had no choice. Amanda followed him to the top floor. Executive territory. His assistant's desk sat empty outside massive doors. The man knocked once, opened the door, gestured her inside. The door closed behind her. Do Hyun stood at the windows, hands in pockets, looking out. He didn't turn. 5 years, he said quietly. I was beginning to think you'd never come back. Amanda's throat closed. How did I find you? Now he turned. I've known where you were since the day you bought that train ticket. Known where you lived, where you worked, every move you made. The words hit like blows. You've been watching me? Of course. Did you think I'd let you disappear? He stepped closer. You ran from me, from my protection. Do you know how many people tried to find you? I didn't ask for protection. I didn't ask for any of this. Mr. Cho died protecting you. His funeral was 2 days after you left. Why didn't you use the card? Guilt crashed over her. I couldn't. Using it meant what? Being connected to me? You were already connected the moment I touched you. Do Hyun stopped 3 feet away. You can't erase that. I had to try. And now you're back, with children. His eyes bored into hers. Did you think I wouldn't notice? Amanda's blood turned to ice. Stay away from them. From my children? The words hung in the air. They're not. Don't lie to me. His voice was deadly quiet. I've seen the photos. The boy has my eyes. The girl has my chin. Did you think I wouldn't know? Tears burned her eyes. You left me. You disappeared that morning like I was nothing. I left because staying would have gotten you killed. Do Hyun's jaw clenched. The attack on the bar, that was a message to me. I left to protect you. By giving me money and a cryptic card. By giving you the means to survive and a way to contact me if you were in danger. Which you never used, even when Mr. Cho died. You chose to run instead of trust me. I didn't know you. You knew enough to sleep with me, to carry my children. He stepped closer. And now you're back. In my city. Working in my building. Did you think that was a coincidence? Amanda's mind raced. You bought the company. His lips curved slightly. I've been waiting, Amanda. Waiting for you to come back. Why? What do you want? Everything. The word was a command. You took something from me. 5 years with my children. You owe me. I owe you nothing. I kept them safe, raised them alone. Do Hyun moved fast. One moment he was 3 feet away. The next he had her backed against his desk, hands on either side of her, caging her in. A mistake. His voice was dangerously soft. Is that what you tell yourself? Yes. Liar. He leaned closer. You think about that night. About my hands on you, the way you said my name. Stop. You think about it every time you look at them, every time your son gives you that stubborn look. His breath was warm against her ear. You think about me, Amanda. Admit it. She did. Every day for 5 years. What do you want? She whispered. Do Hyun pulled back just enough to look at her. I want my children. I want you to stop running. I want what's mine. I'm not yours. Yes, you are. His hand traced her jaw. You just don't want to admit it. I won't let you take them. I'm not taking them. We're raising them. Together. I don't care what you want. His voice turned cold. You'll move into my house. The children will have security, education, everything they need. You'll stop pretending you can survive without me. And if I refuse, then I'll take them anyway. I have lawyers, Amanda, resources. I can prove you're an unfit mother, a woman who fled Seoul after a violent crime, who raised children in poverty. The threat was clear. You bastard! Yes, no apology. But I'm a bastard who will keep you and our children safe, which is more than you've managed. I've done fine. You're barely surviving, one emergency away from disaster. His eyes softened fractionally. Let me help. Let me give them the life they deserve. By trapping me. By claiming what's mine. His thumb brushed her lower lip. You can fight this, but you'll lose. You know that. She did. I hate you, she whispered. No. You're terrified of me, of what I make you feel, but you don't hate me. He stepped back. You have until tomorrow to decide. Move in willingly, or I take them legally. Your choice. That's not a choice. It's the only one you're getting. Do Hyun sat at his desk. You're dismissed, Miss Amanda. Back to work. She stared at him. The man who'd seen her, touched her, given her children, the man who'd watched her for 5 years, the man who'd just trapped her completely. Amanda walked out, legs shaking. In the hallway, she leaned against the wall. She'd thought 5 years was enough, that she could start over. But you couldn't outrun Kang Do Hyun, especially when you'd given him the 2 things he'd never let go, his children. Amanda didn't sleep that night. She sat at her kitchen table and staring at her phone. By morning, she'd made her decision, not because she wanted to, because she had no choice. At 8 a.m., her phone rang. Unknown number. She answered. Hello? A car will pick you up at noon. Do Hyun's voice. Pack what you and the twins will need. I haven't agreed to anything. Yes, you have. You just haven't said it out loud yet. He paused. Noon, Amanda. Don't make me come get you. He hung up. Amanda stared at the phone, rage and helplessness warring in her chest. He was right. She'd already lost. She packed 2 bags, one for her, one for the twins, clothes, toys, their favourite blankets, Minho's stuffed tiger, Minji's picture books. At 11:30, she picked them up from daycare. Mama, why are we leaving early? Minji asked. We're going somewhere special. Like the park. Better than the park. Minho studied her with those sharp eyes. Do Hyun's eyes. You look sad, Mama. I'm not sad, baby. Just tired. At noon exactly, a black Mercedes pulled up. The same driver from 5 years ago stepped out, opened the door. Miss Amanda! She buckled the twins into car seats. Of course he had gotten them. The drive took 30 minutes. They left the city centre, climbed into the hills. Gates opened to reveal a sprawling estate, modern architecture, glass and stone, surrounded by walls and security cameras. A fortress disguised as a home. The car stopped at the entrance. Do Hyun stood waiting, hands in pockets, expression unreadable. Amanda got out first, then unbuckled the twins. They tumbled out, staring wide-eyed at the massive house. Whoa! Minho breathed. It's a castle! Minji squealed. Do Hyun's eyes locked on them. Something flickered across his face. Too fast to name, but it looked almost like pain. He crouched down to their level. Hello. Both twins shrank back against Amanda's legs, suddenly shy. It's okay, Amanda said softly, though nothing about this was okay. This is Mr. Kang. We're going to stay with him for a while. Why? Minho asked, ever suspicious. Because he's going to help us. Do Hyun extended his hand to Minho. I'm Do Hyun. What's your name? Minho. He didn't take the hand. And you? Do Hyun looked at Minji. Minji, she whispered. Minho and Minji. Do Hyun said their names carefully, like he was memorizing them. Those are strong names. Do you want to see inside? There's a playroom with more toys than you've ever seen. Minji perked up. Really? Really? He stood, gestured to the door. Come on, I'll show you. The twins looked to Amanda for permission. She nodded, throat tight. They followed Do Hyun inside. Amanda trailed behind, taking in the space. Marble floors, high ceilings, art on the walls. Wealth on display, but tasteful. The playroom was on the second floor. Do Hyun opened the door, and both twins gasped. It was massive, filled with toys, books, a small slide, a reading nook with pillows. Everything organized, clean, new. When did you... Amanda started. Yesterday, Do Hyun said quietly, after our conversation. He'd known she'd come, known she had no choice. The twins rushed in, immediately gravitating to different corners. Minho to building blocks, Minji to a dollhouse bigger than their entire apartment. They'll be safe here, Do Hyun said, watching them. I have security, guards. No one gets through those gates without my permission. And me? Amanda asked. Am I a prisoner? You're under my protection. There's a difference. Is there? He turned to face her. You're free to leave any time. The children stay. The threat was clear. She wasn't a prisoner. She was collateral. You're a monster. I'm a father. His voice was soft but firm. Mrs. Han will show you to your rooms. I have meetings until this evening. Then he was gone. Mrs. Han appeared, a kind-faced woman in her 50s. She smiled warmly at Amanda. Welcome, Miss Amanda. Let me show you to your room. Amanda followed her upstairs. The guest room was beautiful. Huge bed, ensuite bathroom, a balcony overlooking gardens. If you need anything, just press this button, Mrs. Han said, showing her an intercom. Dinner is at 5:30 for the children. Mr. Kang usually eats later. Thank you. Mrs. Han left, and Amanda stood in the centre of the room, a gilded cage. The afternoon passed slowly. Amanda unpacked while the twins explored their new room across the hall. They were delighted. Bunk beds, a toy chest, their own bathroom. At 5:30, Mrs. Han called them for dinner. The twins ate eagerly, chattering about their new toys. Amanda picked at her food, watching them. They were halfway through dinner when Do Hyun walked in. He looked exhausted, tie loosened, sleeves rolled up. But when he saw the twins at the table, something softened in his expression. "Hi," he said quietly. Minji waved shyly. Minho stared at him with those assessing eyes. "Did you have a good day?" Do Hyun asked them. "The playroom is amazing," Minji said. "I have a dollhouse with real lights. I'm glad you like it." He looked at Minho. "And you?" "It's okay," Minho said carefully. "Why do you have so many guards?" Do Hyun's lips curved slightly. "To keep everyone safe." "From what?" "From people who don't like me very much." Minho processed this. "Are you a bad guy?" "Minho!" Amanda started, but Do Hyun held up a hand. "It's a fair question." He looked directly at Minho. "Some people think I am, but I protect the people I care about. That's what matters." Minho nodded slowly, seeming to accept this. Do Hyun's eyes met Amanda's across the table. Something passed between them, complicated, unresolved. "I have work to do," he said. "Good night." He left without another word. By 8, the twins were exhausted. Amanda tucked them into their new beds, read them a story, kissed their foreheads. "Mama," Minji whispered, "can we stay here forever?" Amanda's throat tightened. "We'll see, baby." "I like it here," Minho added. "It's nice." "I'm glad." She kissed him too. "Sleep now. I'm right across the hall if you need me." She left the door cracked and went to her room. The sun had set. Seoul glittered below. Amanda stood on the balcony, breathing in the evening air. Exhaustion washed over her. Her phone buzzed, a text from an unknown number. "Welcome home, Amanda. It's been too long. We've been watching, waiting. Now that you're back with Kang Do Hyun, things are about to get interesting. Sleep well. You'll need it." Amanda's blood turned to ice. She ran out of her room, down the hallway toward where she'd seen Do Hyun disappear earlier, found a door ajar, his study. She burst in without knocking. Do Hyun looked up from his desk, surprised. "What?" She shoved her phone at him. "This. Someone just sent this." He read it, his expression hardening with each word. When he looked up, his eyes were black ice. "Get the twins. Now." "What? Why?" "Because we've been compromised." He was already moving, pulling open a drawer, grabbing a gun. "Someone knew you were coming here. They've been watching." "How?" "You said this place was secure." "It is, which means someone on the inside told them." He grabbed his phone. "Get the twins. 3rd floor. End of the hall. Safe room. Code is 0428. Go, now." Alarms suddenly blared through the house. Red lights flashed in the hallways. "Security breach," Do Hyun said, voice deadly calm. "North perimeter." Amanda's heart stopped. "The twins, go!" She ran, burst into their room. Both twins were sitting up, crying, terrified by the noise. "Mama!" Minji sobbed. "It's okay, babies. It's okay. We're just playing a game." Amanda scooped up Minji, grabbed Minho's hand. "Come on, quick!" She ran through the hallway, legs shaking, following Do Hyun's directions, found the door, punched in the code with trembling fingers. The door opened to reveal a reinforced room, supplies, monitors showing security feeds, a communication system. Amanda got the twins inside, locked the door behind them. On the monitors, she could see suited men running across the grounds, guns drawn, searching, and on one screen, a figure in black climbing over the north wall, then another, then 3 more. They were coming. Minho pressed against her side, staring at the screens. "Mama, who are those people?" "Just security, baby. Everything's fine." But everything wasn't fine. On another monitor, she watched Do Hyun stride across the grounds towards the breach, 3 of his men flanking him. He moved with deadly purpose, gun in hand. Amanda's phone buzzed. A text from him. "Stay in the safe room. Don't open the door for anyone but me, no matter what you hear." Her fingers trembled as she typed back. "What's happening?" 3 dots appeared, disappeared. Then, they found you faster than I expected. This is my fault. I'm ending it tonight. The dots appeared again. If I don't come back, use the card. It is in the top drawer of the safe room desk. It has different numbers. People who can protect you and the children, people I trust. Amanda's throat closed. You're coming back. No response. On the monitor, Do Hyun reached the wall. The figures in black dropped to the ground, surrounding him. She couldn't hear what was being said, but she could see the body language. Tense, threatening. One of the figures pulled a gun. So did Do Hyun. Then the monitor went black. All of them. Every screen in the safe room went dark, simultaneously. Amanda's heart stopped. No, 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 no. Minji whimpered. Minho squeezed her hand tighter. The lights in the safe room flickered once, twice, then went out completely. Is Do Hyun alive or dead? And who are these mysterious enemies closing in on her children? Find out what happens next in part 2. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of this dark romance series.